Welcome to Ag on Wheels. Today we find ourselves in Armstrong, Texas at the Armstrong Ranch with Joey Ramirez. Joey, tell us a little bit about your role here and a little bit about the ranch.
Sure, I'm the operations manager and I handle all cattle, wildlife, and anything else that the ranch is involved in. The Armstrong family has had this particular piece of land since 1852, and it has been a thriving cattle business since then.
That's insane. And so I know off camera we were talking and you told me that there's almost, or the seventh generation.
Seventh generation being born right now as we speak.
That is insane.
In the family, and it's amazing.
Well, congratulations to them, and I'm excited to take you guys around and show you something really special, what I call helicopter cowboys, which you can tell me about too, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So let's go. With this being such a large ranch, there's a lot of head of cattle on here to maintain and take care of. And earlier we were up in the helicopters. Why do you use helicopters to gather the cattle versus just a cowboy?
Well, I think the biggest reason is personnel. I mean, it would take over 20 plus cowboys to do what one chopper does. And you know, today we had 2 choppers gathering a almost 9,000 acre pasture. It's just amazing what a chopper could do. We're gathering from weaning right now. There's a lot of head out there.
And when you say weaning, so right now is the time where you're getting those calves off those mamas?
That's right.
And it's time to make them grow up.
That's right.
Joey, tell me a little bit about how do you get a helicopter cowboy, you know, on the premises? Like, walk me through that entire process.
Usually I call about a month in advance and get on their schedule. They usually have a pretty tight schedule. We set up, you know, of course, we set up trucks and everything around when the choppers can come out. We usually try to start in the morning. Of course, South Texas is trying to beat the heat. And set up in the morning, get our gates set. Choppers will go out and run through the whole pasture, and they have their pattern that they like to use. And of course, with a big pasture like that, you know, almost 9,000 acres, it'll take them, you know, most of the morning to take care of that, to go through it all.
And that's just one pasture. There's several pastures here.
That's right. That's right.
That's insane. And so can you have more than 2 choppers, or have y'all ever had maybe 4 or 5?
Yes, I'm sure there's a limit to how many, how close they could get. But yeah, I think 2 or 3 is worked really efficiently in the past for the ranch, and that's usually what we go with.
Well, when you follow the rules, you have no fun. So let's get 10 of them out here. Come on, guys.
That's right. That's right.
Now, I was up in the air earlier in that 22 helicopter. I'm glad to be on ground. But I thought about it up in the air. What happens if, you know, some of these cattle are left out, if they're hiding in the brush and they don't get to be gathered? What happens then?
Well, the choppers do really well. Of course, Robbie does a great job. And if some are left out, we usually use water traps to trap them in there. They'll be called in, baited with range cubes, and we'll go pick them up out there. But it's usually a small percentage. The choppers do really well.
And after those mamas have their calves weaned, do y'all just release them back into the pasture?
Yes, absolutely. Yep, they go right back out in the pasture.
And how often are we using these helicopter cowboys? Do they come every month, every other month?
We usually use them twice a year. We run a spring herd and fall herd, and we use them at weaning time mostly. And we'll set up, you know, for the different pastures, we have to set up, you know, however many days it takes. And, you know, that could be up to maybe 10 days a year that we have choppers out on the ranch.
And I noticed that once they're all put into the pens, that's when they're going to separate the babies from the mamas.
That's right.
How long do they stay in the pens before being released again?
We could be pretty efficient. We could crank them out at weaning time. Of course, we preg check. We'll palpate the cows. We'll usually get it wrapped up within the next day or 2.
That's a quick process then.
Absolutely.
All right, Joey, thank you so much for allowing me to come out to the Armstrong Ranch, fly in that helicopter, and get sick
Yeah.
and learn a little bit about the operation. I truly appreciate it, and I wish you the best.
Yes, well, thank you. We're happy to have you, and we love anything educational in the ag world. And yeah, I hope you had fun flying.
Always. I'm ready to go again. Well, that's all I've got for you guys today. Gotta hit the road. Where will I be next? Only God knows. We'll see y'all next time.